I had a podcast long back. It was called Kafi Random Podcast with Sid.
Oh, this is
It was-
Cafe Random.
Yeah, it's just an extension.
So,
Sure.
Start.
You know it's recording already, right?
I know that.
Yeah. Okay. Hi guys. Welcome back or welcome to the channel for the first time. I am Siddharth and
I'm Likit Babu.
one random day we decided that we will do a podcast about topics that are very heavy, and we have only water with us, so we don't know how this will go. We shall see. Okay. Anyway, we are talking today about our experience studying abroad and answering a question. Actually, not really answering a question, trying to figure out answer for the question that when should one really become independent in life, which is like move away from home and try to be independent. But before that, a little introduction about ourselves. I am Siddharth Masgaonkar. I am an engineer. Then I did corporate job for 2 years. Then one day I decided to do masters and I came to the US 1 year back. And going forward, you will hear was it a good decision or not. And
I myself Likit Babu. I am also an engineer. I did my mechanical engineering. After that, I worked for 1 year in various startups, and then decided to come to NYU to do my masters. Yeah.
was it a conscious decision to pursue masters?
No, mine was completely like I never even thought about NYU. I never even thought about management of tech. I was completely into robotics. I was completely into AI. I applied for 8 universities in AI and robotics. This is the only university I applied for management of tech. I didn't even know about the course. Just because I had a free application waiver, I just applied to management of tech. But I'm here doing management of tech. But yeah, it's fun.
It's funny how this was this was actually the second most prioritized course that I wanted to come to, but I never knew about the free application this thing, and I've actually paid money. And everybody else for who it was on a lower priority have done it
I've
for
got
free.
I think, yeah.
Yeah, but I actually was preparing for MBA. Like all my friends were very sure that they wanted to go abroad to do masters, and I was studying for MBA. But when you're a general category engineer and a male, MBA is not really fun for you. I realized that quickly into the process. But I think the decision came like I'll go to do masters when everybody actually started leaving, and I kind of had FOMO that yeah. So that's when I actually thought maybe even I should go. But good decision so far. Like from learning point of view, it's been good. But more than learning, I think this is the first time I have left home and lived all by myself, and I've just realized the simple things that we had in life were actually luxuries of life.
Yeah.
And when you've just lived by yourself, it's just extremely difficult. So in the 1 year that you've been here, how has your experience been? What was different back home versus now?
So my main reason of coming abroad was not like I wanted to pursue like higher studies or anything. It's just that I wanted to explore. I wanted to experience new things. And the second major thing was, even though I had independence at home, I didn't have the freedom to be like do whatever I want. I was in a constrained environment where I had to be like, my dad used to be like, come back home at by 10. You can't do that. You can't do this. Even though whatever he said makes sense right now, because whatever he said was like for my well-being itself. But I always felt that I was like spoon-fed everything. So coming here, like it has given me a complete different perspective. It has taught me like, yeah, I mean like you get up, you do your stuff, you are responsible for whatever you're doing. You are like nobody's here to guide you. It's you either make the mistakes and you learn from it, or you just regret it and then keep crying about it. So yeah, there are times when everybody cries about their mistake and then they're just stuck. But sometimes there's one like slight motivation you get where you're like, okay, yeah, fuck this, I can do this. What's there in that? Yeah, and then you continue from that.
Yeah. So 1 year has
taught us
a lot. I think so. I don't know about you, but I am in we are in New York, and every time that I've told my friends, I am in New York, everybody's like, oh wow, you're in New York and this and that. I think a lot of people fantasize about being in New York. And I have never actually done it, and I am here. Like a lot of my friends tell me that being in New York was the dream for them. It's the dream city. So I think when I got here, because I didn't fantasize New York, it was just like
Yeah, same. I had the same feeling.
it was just like any other city.
Immediately after a month, I went to Boston, and then I realized that like the difference was like a lot.
Yeah. So in the 1 year that I got here, I used to see. Now I come from Mumbai. You come from Bangalore. We know what convenience is in life. Okay. When I got here, and I remember I had to pick a bed frame, and that bed frame was heavy. Okay, and I would usually get down, take an auto, go get whatever I want, take an auto back home. The watchman would be kind enough to get it up to the house. And here, everything by yourself. I had to pack it by myself. I had to pick up, and it was a 20-minute walk. Now we are used to walking, but back in the day we were not. That's when it hit me first that it's not going to be easy. Yeah, I remember I was just sitting on a bench with that. I was so fed up carrying it. I just kept it. I left it on the bench, and I'm just thinking, are you sure that you want to be here? I've had this thought so many times that
my first time the thought came was as soon as I landed in New York. I'm like, oh fuck this! I'll just call my dad. I'm like, I don't want to do masters. I'm gonna go back. I'll sit at home, do whatever he tells me to do. That's the immediate thought. I'm like, okay, why am I doing this? What's the point?
Yeah, I have one question we all just always ask: why are we doing this?
Yeah.
We had such good life back home.
Yeah.
Decent amount of money we would have earned. Everything we could have done, but
it's the experience. It's the experience. See,
but did we need it?
Did we need it? Maybe. But I think everybody should, because life is an experience, right?
True that.
See, I missed out on the college experience of staying in hostel and having that, where I know. When you're staying at home and then going to college, it's a different thing. When you're staying in hostel and going to college, it's a different thing. So I missed out on 4 years of that. And I wanted to do that. Like I want to stay in college town, and then be with among friends, do the crazy stuff that I want to do and everything. So but I missed out on that, and I still regret it. Like even though I had an opportunity to go to a university where I could stay in a hostel, I regret that. But
but everybody who is not doing masters and is in their home country, let me tell you guys that most mornings we wake up and ask the question, why are we doing this? Okay, so it's not like we guys have it better or you guys have it better, but this question will be there. I'm sure you guys ask it to yourself as well. The thing is, the question is universal. It's not that you have it or we have it. How has your experience been different? Like you went to a very good university in Bangalore, which is always buzzing, and now you've come here. How's your experience been from all point of view, from studies point of view and general cultural this thing point of view?
Yeah, I mean culturally I knew how New York was, because I've read about it, I've seen the shows, and I'm a big fan of Seinfeld, and Seinfeld gives you a complete experience of how New York is. So it is exactly like how it is in the series. So but I knew what I was getting into when I came to New York. But comparing my university in Bangalore and comparing the university in NYU, both are it's in between the city, and they have a small campus. And my Thailand is a small campus. My college back in Bangalore also was a small campus. So whenever you walk around the campus, you meet the people around again and again. So you're also you'll say hi to them, and then you go back, and then you meet them again. So that's there. It's nice. You get to see them more. But apart from that, studies wise, it's different over here, because you have to study by yourself a lot. You can't rely on teachers, and they just guide you over here. Most of the teachers guide you. But that's how it has been for me. What about
you? So diploma college I studied very well. Degree college, I just was okay, exam is there 1 week before.
That's everybody.
Now we have to do that. Was degree college for me, but it has been different here, because colleges back in India don't give you a lot of wiggle room to choose your own subjects. Here you can completely do whatever you want. Plus, what I've noticed is that back in India we have a thing called placement, where if you fit into a particular criteria, you will get the job. Which is why we knew that this is what you have to do. This is what you have. This much you have to fit into this bracket. To get there, you have to do this.
Yeah.
We kind of had a defined path. Here, nothing. Whatever you want to do, you have to take the decisions for yourself. You'll have to choose your subjects. You'll have to do everything for yourself. So it is overwhelming. It's great in the first place, but at the same time, it is very overwhelming because I have never done this. I've been told that to become a computer engineer, you need to know this. To become now they are telling me 4 subjects compulsory, rest you choose whatever you want. I didn't know what to choose. But yeah, so it's been good that way. And I coming from Mumbai, I think I've seen cultural diversity. But New York is something else when it comes to cultural diversity. I mean, NYU Tandon is still not very culturally diverse, but when you go to main NYU campuses, you see what diversity is, and then you see how many different perspectives you can have to one problem. And when you work in a group with people coming from different backgrounds, not just different races or ethnicities, I think if people coming from different parts of India also have so many different opinions about so many things. Like I experience cultural diversity around the world lesser than I experience cultural diversity amongst Indians. Yeah. So,
I think that is actually a good thing about India. Like you have so many diverse people.
Yeah.
And we never thought about it. I'm like, yeah, we all Indians, man. We just have the same thing.
Yeah.
You come here and you're like, oh, you do that differently. Oh, we don't do that. Oh,
it's like there is language barrier amongst us.
Yeah.
There is not language barrier with other people.
Yeah, true.
But yeah, it's been fun, and a good thing about being in New York is a lot of things are available and accessible, and I don't really miss a lot of Indian food. It's not nowhere close to what we get in India, but still, so that comfort is there. So overall, it's been a culturally enriching experience for sure. And then study point of view, overwhelming, but good in general. Like in India, I would do assignments 1 week prior. Here I can't do. Every week we have to do assignments. So
yeah. Now coming to the question, like, when should one become independent according to you? Okay, when did you become independent?
I think I realized what becoming independent is after getting here. I thought becoming independent is living life on your own terms, like oh, I will come home late, I will eat this, I will eat that, I will do everything. But it's not that. Becoming independent is taking a lot of decisions for yourself, irrespective of the outcome. You have to deal with the outcome by yourself. That really is becoming independent. In fact, now that I think about it, back home I kind of had a lot of support. Even if I take a decision and it goes bad, I would have somebody to support me. But here, they can be emotionally available, but there's not a lot that they can do. So I think, answering your question, when did I really become independent? I became independent after coming here, because I realized that whatever decisions I make, whatever outcome comes, I will be responsible for it.
Yeah, you will face it.
Yeah. Like I'll face it, and there's no other choice.
Yeah, nobody can do anything about that.
Yeah. And the thing is, when should one become independent? I don't know the answer to that question. It's tough. I thought at 24 it will be at 23 when I got here. I thought at 23 it will be easy. It clearly was not. But what do you think? When should one? What is independence to you?
As you said, independence is like not being like, oh, I can do whatever I want. That's not independence. When you start feeling the responsibility and then you start taking decisions so that you know you're going to face the consequences of your decisions. That is when you realize that is when you become independent according to me. Because if you say that once somebody hits like teenage years and once someone becomes cocky, They think they're independent. They're like, I can do whatever I want. I want my independence, but they're really not independent that time.
But then life happens and you realize.
You realize, yeah. But so, according to me, like I would say that you got to like start realizing what you want to do and everything when you start hitting your 20s. Like that 20 mark you cross, you need to start realizing how important each and every decision you're gonna make is gonna affect your life. And you got to be like carefully make your decisions. And I'm pretty sure like nobody makes the right choices. If you're doing good for you.
Yeah, I just haven't seen people making right choices.
So, but you gotta just learn from it and move on. But by the time you are like say 25 and 26, and you just gotta like wrap things up, know what your shit is, and stick to it. You can't keep choosing different stuff and moving on from
No, definitely. I mean,
you can't say like, oh, I'm gonna try this out and see how it works. No, you can't.
Yeah, the later you say that, oh, now I'm gonna try and we'll see how it goes, then it goes the way it goes, and then you can't see how it went. So
true.
Not really you can do. But I think coming here has also made me realize the hardship that our parents have gone through.
Yeah.
Like it's not easy, whatever they've gone through. Like doing a job for these many years or doing small things, whatever they've been doing for so many years. On some days, to me, if I have cooked 2 meals and I have done my laundry, I feel like I've achieved something.
Yeah.
It is a big achievement, but the thing is, back home, all these has been taken care of for 20-25 years.
No, what I was wondering was like my mom used to be a teacher, so that time she had to get up in the morning at like 6, make food for us, pack my tiffin, dad's tiffin, and then she used to leave for school, come back and then do again everything, and then with along all this she used to like do the household chores and like do the dishes, do the laundry and everything. Like, oh, how was she managing that? So when you think about that, you're like, oh, you're just still learning. Like you gotta like learn from that and like appreciate that, respect that, and take it like forward.
Yeah. I mean, everything that I was doing back home, like at sometimes we felt like it's normal.
Yeah.
It's normal.
You never appreciate.
But yeah, but when you don't do laundry here and you don't have clothes to wear the next day, you realize that
that you will be knowing that.
Yeah, like it's not normal. It's something that needs to happen. If you only realize it's not normal when you don't do it. But yeah, it's been quite a humbling experience.
True. Should we take their questions?
Is there a question?
You guys have a question?
No, I thought.
ChatGPT. Let's ask ChatGPT.
Oh, that's been a savior, bro.
We don't use it. It's not allowed it anyway.
Now I'm asking, did you always want to study abroad? Like, was it something that you always had in mind, or was it like an abrupt decision that you made, seeing that all your friends are going and stuff, or was it like a conscious decision you had made and you planned your future according, keeping in mind that you're going to do your master's abroad?
Like I said, I didn't even think what course I'm taking in NYU. I just applied because I got to know from a friend that he had applied for this course, and then I just went through the curriculum. I'm like, okay, yeah, cool, I can do this. And I did an internship where I realized being completely technical and coding is not my forte. So that's when I realized, okay, this is something where I can shift my career path. That's when I chose this. And yeah, I never I applied to NYU prior to fall 2022 and I got an admit for robotics, but I just didn't take it because I okay, no, let me see again. So yeah, planning wise, I didn't plan. I'm not planned shit.
No, my father always says generally that I only went because my friends went.
Yeah,
I know it's true, but I will never admit it. I think it hit me when people from my close group left, and in the evening I'm used to meeting them, and I just went like, oh, they're not here. That's when I actually thought like, yeah, gotta go. I think we've hit our half an hour mark and we should kind of wrap it up.
Oh,
there's a question.
So does being independent, you guys said that once you come here you weren't independent, but my question to you is, you still look for
finances and all from your parents, and even after you attain financial freedom,
Mm.
when you start becoming financially independent, are we not dependent on our parents for advices and all that? Are we not dependent on people for like our whole lives?
Mm.
In that way, you are. You see, once you get married, you're gonna be dependent on your wife. Then once you get kids, they'll be dependent on you. But then later on, you'll be dependent on them. So that is there. It is your own. Like when you realize that okay, I can be independent in certain way, but in certain way you need to depend on someone. That is obviously gonna be there, no matter what.
Mm.
When we're talking about independence over here, is you're making your decisions. Obviously, you're gonna take advices. Obviously, you're gonna consult people, but you are the one who's choosing the decision. You are gonna.
Yeah.
That is what the independence we're trying to talk about.
Fair enough.
Fair enough. I think when it comes to taking advices from our parents, I think they've seen so many more monsoons than us, than that we will want to take their advices always. But back in the day, I think they could make the decisions for us. Some decisions they would make for us. You know what? Just do this. This is good for you. I don't think so. They can do that for us anymore. They are in a position that they would just advise us, because
That's just true.
we've reached a point that beyond this, we can just advise you.
Yeah.
We can't really do anything. So yeah, I think in a way we will always be dependent for advices, but we'll be independent enough to choose.
Choose.
They can't choose for us.
Makes sense.
So
Makes sense, yeah.
I think with that we should wrap it up.
Wrap it up.
I think we have 9 more topics that we've written down and we want to discuss.
Yep.
But we shall. This has happened in a fluke. I have assignment to do. This guy has assignments to do.
Yeah.
So gotta go. See you. Bye
Bye-bye.
bye.
With your side boys, Sean.
Bye. See you.
Bye bye.